with ADD, attention deficit disorder.
What's wrong with ADD? I have ADD, and there's nothing wrong with having it. What is wrong is how it's perceived. Fellow Toastmasters, judges, and guests, who do you think of when you hear ADD? The hyperactive boy who won't sit still and pay attention, even if it's your company's top salesperson? My question, is it the person with ADD who has the problem, or is it how you react to them? Sit still and pay attention! I have a problem with what is wrong with ADD. Got 3 issues. What ADD means, the clinical definition, and the dictionary definition. So let's look at attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It used to be called ADD, attention deficit disorder, and you could have it with or without hyperactivity. But then the medical community changed it to attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and you don't necessarily have to have the hyperactivity. So how stupid is that? So let's look at the clinical definition. They define it as having the 3 symptoms: inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. But when they further describe the word inattention, they switch to distractibility. They're not the same thing. Think about when you get distracted. Are you really not paying attention, or are you paying attention to what you're distracted by? So, if we define the first one is inattention, it's wrong. Just cross that off. Put distracted instead. The next one, hyperactivity. You don't have to have the hyperactivity. So you can cross that off. And the impulsivity, well, they got that one right. So, one of the things, going back to the distracted and attention, how can we have an attention deficit if our problem is paying attention to the wrong thing, or paying attention to too many things, or focusing so intently on just one thing that nothing else matters? I get so focused talking to you that I don't notice flashing cards in the back. So if you ladies could like shout, "Hey, Ruth," at the 7-minute mark, I'd appreciate it. Because one of the symptoms not on there is our inability to judge time. That's a serious problem. But they did get impulse right. The medical community is so stupid. They don't even know the dictionary's definition of words. I mean, come on! I'm sorry, impulse control. Let's see. I'm doing good on time. It hasn't yelled at me yet back here. All right, so attention. The act of applying the mind to something. I've never met anyone who couldn't do that. And my job is children's birthday parties. I've dealt with over 10,000 sugar-excited, hopped-up kids. They all can apply the mind to something. The next dictionary word is deficit. Now, we might have a deficit of not receiving enough attention. You know the kids that go, "Watch me, Mom! Watch me, Mommy!" Yeah, we have a problem with that. But the definition of deficit, a lack or impairment in a functional capacity. Well, if you've ever watched an ADD kid playing video games, you know they have the capacity to function. Hyper, above and beyond. Excessive, abnormally high. Active, working or doing something, as opposed to sleeping or resting. I've think you keep dozing off. You want to pay attention over here? So, how can it be a problem if we're going above and beyond at working and being active? So, I say it's a good thing. Disorder. Lack of order. Yeah, we've got that problem. Do you guys know people with ADD? Their desks all scattered with all sorts of stuff. But let's look at the second term for disorder. An abnormal physical or mental condition involving the disturbance to the normal functioning of mind or body. Well, maybe if you believe there's such a thing as normal, and if you only focus on the negative. But I say, let's look at these. Another word for distracted, thinking outside the box. It's you folks, the 95% that don't have ADD, that suffer from not having the ability to think outside the box. Hyperactive. How many people do you know at work that complain that they have too much energy? And impulsive. Another word for that? Risk-taking. Is there a millionaire out there who hasn't taken risks? So I say that ADHD stands for always discovering happy distractions. Or animated, disorganized, and highly distractible. Like I said, you don't have to have the hyperactivity. So active daydreamer honored with diversity. Thank you.